Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. Last time, we confronted Maester Micah about Yu Yevon and didn't get much information. In this part, we are doing side stuff, starting with getting the Mercury Crest for Riku. Where am I? I am on Bikanel Island in the third area, right before home was when we first came here. So after the events of Bikanel Island, once you come back, you're able to go to the final area, which is the fourth area, and get the Mercury Crest. But how do we get the Mercury Sigil? Well, that's what we're going to be doing for a good majority of this episode with the Cactuar Gatekeepers. So there's writing on the stone. Song of the Gatekeeper. 10 little gatekeepers play in the sand. Tommy's gone to fetch the water. He'd be back soon. So, village of Cactuars. Using spheres to control the sands, the Cactuars defend their village. They are the gatekeepers. Present all 10 spheres they bear, and the sand will dissipate. That is where the Mercury Sigil is. So, as you can see, we have our first Cactuar in the first area where we first appeared on Bikanel Island. I'm going to be cutting out back and forth the trek to these Cactuars because it does take a while. So, Tommy, duties, fetching water. It takes his time, and as a result, it's often left behind, a little bit dim. So, Way of the Gatekeepers. It may look like fun and games, but the Gatekeepers are a proud race of warriors. While they dislike combat, pretty much we have to sneak up onto the Cactuars. Me trying to read this, it's going too fast. So, pretty much what we're doing is we're playing peekaboo with the red light, green light with the Cactuars. Get to them before time ends, and you will win. Whenever they say it's needle time, that means that you cannot move. If you move, that ends up happening, and you lose. You have 3 chances in order to get them, otherwise you lose altogether. So, let us prove our worth to these Cactuars. And here we are. So, every single one of these, we have to fight 10 Cactuars. And I killed one. As you can see, Riku has gotten quite the buff now, doing 7,000 damage. That's putting it lightly. But we got Tommy's Sphere. Fail to catch Gatekeeper unaware, and you'll obtain a Sphere del Perdedor, which pretty much means the loser sphere. So, otherwise, you'll get the personalized sphere. There's no real difference between the two, so just get whichever one you want. I was trying to go for getting all the named spheres, but I will screw up on one of the 10 gatekeepers. So, this gatekeeper is inside the second area of Bikanel Island, in an off-beaten path that I didn't take in the LP because I knew it would waste time. And here he is, just running around. Little cacti just running. They're adorable. I want a Cactuar plush. They make them. I want one. So, Raviva. Rovie. There were 2 V's in there. I'll call him Rav. Come, Rav. We fight. After we play a rousing game of red light, green light. Yep, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing for a good majority of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. And then once we get to the Cactuars, it's going to proceed to me killing them in one hit like so. Because everyone is pretty beefed up. Pretty much I have endgame stats right now, but we're going to go one step beyond that and go to super boss status. So we got Rav's sphere, so let us cut back to the 4th area and find out where the next of the little gatekeepers are. We're also going to be doing other things in this episode beside this, but that's why this episode is so long. It's actually going to be the longest episode of this project. At least until we get to the Dark Aeons. That's going to be a fun video. So, pretty much we need to go towards our next one, which is going to be inside this area over here, because this third Cactuar likes numbers. And danger, beware of sandstorms. If we look at these signs, they say in Al Bhed different things, and one of them is starting written below. 20% off all food agency. It looks like an old travel advertisement. And we hear the name, the number 20, and look, the little Cactuar pops out. Recently learned to count to 50, a little needy and attention deficit. Ah, so he has ADHD like me. That would mean that he should... Well, that would explain the constant movement of this Cactar. Come, Cactar. I just wish to fight you. Fight the Cactar! This is also a good way if you need to capture Cactars for the monster arena to basically get the 10 Cactars you need, because Cactars are rare creatures in Bikanel Island and are a pain to get. So we have Chava's sphere. So let's move back over to this way and get our next sphere and do lather, rinse, and repeat. Yep, it's kind of boring when I think about it, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Alec and Aloja. So these two are in the second area of, well, no, not the second area, the third area by where we got the Albed Primer back when we were on Bikanel Island. These two will just be running in circles playing. I love the little size differences between these cacti. So, Alex and Aloja, two brothers rarely separated. They move as one. Okay, that is good to know. All right. Come, little cactus. I just wish to fight. Must we play red light, green light? That's a yes. So, two cactus this time. I just killed one. What's the brother gonna do? He's gonna die too. This is just a cactar genocide, and I feel so bad. Cactars are adorable. Why must I have to kill them? Why do I have to kill the cacti? They're just so adorable. So we got Alex and Aloja sphere. Yes, those do count as two spheres, so there's gonna be only 5 little gatekeepers left. Those are the only 2 that are like that, unfortunately. Vachella. Okay, so let us go to Vachella. I believe Vachella is inside the third area of this, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, this is really kind of boring when I really go into it. Nope, Vachella's in the second area, that's right. Vachella's at the save sphere that is inside the second area. What you have to do is you have to access the save sphere, and then you have to basically attack Vachella, because Vachella will come out of the save sphere. This is the only one that's like this too. And what I'm doing is I'm saving after each of the cactars that I kill, because I was really trying to go for getting all their name spheres. But loves new things, hard on others, easy on self, and stingy. That's Vachella, the giant cactar. Let's do this. And fighting time. So, our next cactar. Nope. There we go. Unfortunately, Riku doesn't have as high of an accuracy as Titus does at this point, which is why she's missing her attacks on these cactars. Don't worry, it will change soon enough. But we got Vachella's sphere, so let's put this back to where there's now only 4 little gatekeepers remaining. Robea's stuck inside. Be back soon. This one's in the third area inside a treasure chest that is very, very annoying to get, to say the least. Because the third area is so massive and you have to find one chest. But luckily the chest is on the outskirts of the area, as we can see right there. You might be able to see it right now off in the distance right now. But what they mean by stuck inside is Vachella got himself stuck. Not Vachella. Robea got himself, or herself, stuck inside of a box. That's so adorable. Real Needle Brain likes cramped spaces. Check out his great collection. Oh, he speaks Albed. So, you can go and get these chests if you want, but I'm not going to be going after them. I think Needle Time is also in Al Bhed. That's why it's pink like that. All right, so Robea's turn. Bye. Poor Robea. At least he can be in cramped spaces in the afterlife. Unless he's a zombie. So we got Robea's sphere. So let us go back and put it on in. So now there should be only 3 little gatekeepers in the sand. A fiery inspiration, Isara, the Thinker. This one is inside this actual area right here, but the problem is that you have to leave the area and come back in for Isara to spawn. So, yeah. I didn't realize that at the time, so that's why we're going to be watching me fumble around a little bit, because he should be inside this hole right here, but he's not. Now, you might notice that lady who's right over there. Don't talk to her. Don't. And I'm not just saying that to be mean and rude. Don't talk to her, because that will trigger Dark Ifrit. And you wouldn't want that. No, you would not. Even though Dark Ifrit is one of the easier Dark Aeons, at my current stats and no super weapons, that would be a bad idea. It's the lady right there. Don't talk to her. You can talk to these 2 right here. Oh, they forgot the ball. Now you might be noticing I'm missing the W Al Bhed primer despite me getting it. That's the whole problem with playing on multiple files. I don't always get everything that I should when I should get it. But let us continue onward and leave the area, come back in, then we'll get Isara to spawn, because that's the only way to really do it. I could have gone out that way, but I'm taking the long way for some odd reason. I don't know why I'm taking the long way. So let's leave. And let us go back inside. Once I stop moving. What am I doing? Oh, am I going to the save sphere? That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I should have cut this part out. I'm surprised I didn't. Oh well, let's save our progress again. You don't get a trophy for getting all the named spheres, so I'm just doing this as a personal goal. But since I don't end up doing it, I feel kind of bad. But let's go back and see if Isara has spawned, so then we can steal his sphere. And by steal, I mean kill him and then take his sphere. Alright, let us go over this way. Wow, I'm even boring myself, and my commentary is not helping in the slightest. Yeah, I know, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This is fairly boring, but you have to do this if you want to get Riku's one. And since it's not dodging 200 lightning bolts, I figured it's warranted to show this one off. So, here's Isara, the philosopher about town. Today, he digs holes. Again, a cautious sorts. Now, this one I screw up on 3 times, because what you're supposed to do is go into the hole that's right next to you, and then you can go in there, because he does needle time for a long time. What sucks is, it is possible to get to him before time runs out, but it all depends on how long his needle times last, and generally they're too long. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go into the hole and then keep on running, because then he won't see you and think you're gone. So I don't catch up on this until I realize it after the 3rd time, which means we're not going to be getting this one. We're going to get the loser sphere. Look at that. I'm right in front of him. So, time to watch my failure for a 3rd time. Why me? Alright, so let us try a 3rd time, completely failing to grasp everything. especially because of the fact that I was so close, because I do the other two correctly, and they are even harder than this one. So as you can see, he didn't see me because I was in the hole briefly, so I could have kept going. But I obtained the Sphere de Perdedor, which means I'm a loser. I have failed in my mission, and I am sad. Oh well, it'll still allow us to get into the village even if we don't do that. So one cactuar will survive this massacre of cactuars, which is a good thing. Don't want them to go extinct now. So put this one in. 2 gatekeepers left. Elio wants to go and travel. So what we do is we need to go back to the first area to the save sphere that's there and board the airship. So back at the first area, we see Elio using the save sphere to teleport himself onto the Fahrenheit. Well, that's one way to travel. I mean, the Fahrenheit is an airship after all, so let's go and deal with this cactuar, shall we? This one won't be a battle, unfortunately. So where is this cactuar? This cactuar is on the main deck of the ship, when we ended up fighting Evray, the giant worm from Bavel, the first time. So, let us go up top and fight him, shall we? Well, we also have cool music now. I don't know why the music didn't load in the last episode when we were going to fight Sin, but it was supposed to have loaded. I've noticed some little audio glitches here and there and some visual ones in the HD remaster version that I have. Some of them have been rather humorous, I must admit. So, everyone's probably wondering, what the heck is Titus up to? Don't worry, I'm hunting cactuars. I need to get my spheres. I don't know why this cactuar didn't just hide inside, because then maybe he would have, had a better chance of traveling, but I guess he just really wanted to be up on deck. Hello, Elio. To see what lies beyond the sands, he travels far to distant lands. That's poetic. So, we have 11 seconds to get to him this time, but the ship shakes back and forth. But when we get to him, he loses his footing and flies off the airship. Goodbye, Elio. You wanted to see distant lands. Now you're gonna see the distant ground. And he died. The end. Such poetic. Such poems. But, putting this back, cutting out the trip back there. 1 gatekeeper left. Falil is always behind. So, the guy you never invite but always shows up. The cheeky one, Flaley. Flaley is annoying because his needle time is not connected to when he turns around. So you need to time and get lucky with him when it comes to, getting behind. He is considered the hardest one to get his sphere. And funny enough, I'm gonna get it. And time to kill Falil. Elio was killed by his own, curiosity. We killed everyone else. Except for Isara. Isara lived. Isara got lucky. Because I didn't realize. So, Falil's sphere and put it on in. Gone for good. I murdered him. Killed her. Killed him. Killed those two. Killed her. Killed him. Or her. Don't know entirely. He got away and is shirking his duties. He killed himself. And killed him. Nobody's here. Sand's gone. I love that right there. I just love that little thing. Oh, 10 little keepers play in the sand. Nobody's here. Sand's gone. So, with that, we can now access the Cactuar village. You will get a high spawn rate of Cactuars from inside this village. Keep that in mind. Kind of makes sense because, you know, it is the Cactuar village after all. But, more importantly, open this chest up right here and get the Mercury Sigil, which means we have both the components of Riku's ultimate weapon, which means now we just need her ultimate weapon. You might notice I also have the Saturn Sigil, as well as the Jupiter Sigil. We'll be getting the Saturn Sigil in this episode. We'll be getting the Jupiter Sigil in its own episode. And that's pretty much it. So, Friend Sphere. Is there anything else inside the Cactuar village? I don't think there is. This is actually where you fight Dark Ifrit too. You fight him inside the Cactuar village, and the Cactuars don't care. Alright, so now we're gonna head off to Macalania Temple so that not Macalania Temple, Macalania Wood, so we can play the butterfly minigame to get Kimahri's ultimate weapon. Please note, this is not the first time I've done this. I have cut out about 40 minutes of failures. Yes. Pretty much collect the blue butterflies. Don't get the red ones, otherwise you'll get stuck into a battle. Get to the end in time and don't leave the area, and you'll be able to get the chest. You have to do this minigame a total of 4 times. There are 2 different areas to do it in. You have to do it 2 times in one area and 2 times in the other, and then you will be able to get the Saturn Sigil. But if you touch a red butterfly, you have things like a weak Chimera, which I don't need because I've already fully captured everything else. So that deals with that. So we just need 1 more butterfly. And there we go. Chest complete. And what is our prize? Our prize is the Saturn Sigil for Kimahri's ultimate weapon. So that deals with that, but we're not done inside the Macalania Woods just yet. Remember that cloudy mirror we got a couple of episodes back by doing the Chocobo race? Well, we're going to be turning that into what it is supposed to be. Right now, we can use the mirror to open up the chests that contain the ultimate weapons, but we won't be able to power anything up until we turn this mirror into the Celestial Mirror, because these weapons are known as the Celestial Weapons. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a quick little side quest in which we end up getting all of the we turn the mirror into the Celestial Mirror. I'm sorry if I seem very spacious inside this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying not to be, but it's very hard to do consistent commentary over this game because really there's a lot of boring parts inside it where I have to just describe what it is I'm doing. But either way, now that I am done with the butterfly minigames, I am ecstatic because I don't need to deal with that anymore. And after we turn the mirror into the Celestial Mirror, what we're going to do is we are going to go back to Guado Salam, because now we won't be, chased away because we're not traitors anymore. But why are we going back to Guado Salam? Well, we're going to be getting one of the other components of the ultimate weapon. This one for Lulu, as it resides in the far plane and can only be done after the events of the game that allow us to go back to Guado Salam. So pretty much when you get the Fahrenheit, this becomes available. Like I said, the Fahrenheit unlocks a lot of content inside of Final Fantasy X, and that I don't exactly hate that. I just hate how late we get it. But talk to this lady right here, and she says that this area was blocked off beforehand, but somebody cut down the tree that allows easier access to get it. So pretty much we need to get that lady to move so we can power up the Celestial Mirror. And how do we do that? Simple. By doing a side quest by reuniting a father with his child. I don't understand it myself. So here's the mother and the child. He says he's supposed to... They say that they're supposed to meet him here, so they need to find it. So what we need to do is we need to go and find the dad. Where's the dad? The dad is where we ended up staying the night the time we slept inside the Macalania Woods. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to remember where exactly it was, and then I remembered. That's why I end up pausing like that, because I'm trying to remember where these people are. So, there's Bevelle. Now we can go back into Bevelle, so that's a good thing to say the least. So, here's the dad. They're waiting for you over there, buddy. And open this up to get the Lucid Ring again. I never picked it up. Well, I did, but I didn't. Really? What is it? Well then. The Guado are just burning bridges with every single race in Spira. They commit mass genocide against the Ronso. They attack the Blitzball players at the Blitzball Stadium, so that pretty much pisses off the humans. They pretty much are causing turmoil in Yevon. Yeah, the Guado, not really doing too well. But now that we're back here, it seems the husband and the wife have been reunited. But now the boy's gone missing. He's gone into the wood. So, let us go up over this way and see if we can find that boy. So, if we go over this way, the boy will be up here now that that lady is gone. So, use the Cloudy Mirror? Yes. And we've obtained the Celestial Mirror. Now we can power up the Celestial weapons when we obtain them. So, everyone's all reunited. And fun fact, you can meet that family inside the Calmlands. But now, let us head to Guado Salam to get ourselves a special cutscene.
Why are you in Guado Salam? What business have you here?
You want to start something?
If it would please you to harm a defenseless old man, then burn me, boil me, it matters not.
Huh?
Lord Seymour is gone. No lord rises to take his place. The Guado merely wait for sin to come and finish us off. Why should I care what you do to me? Oh. If it meant rejoining Lord Jyscal and Lord Seymour, then your taking off my head would be the greatest kindness.
Well, that got dark really fast. That's depression.
Come to kill the old man? I welcome it.
That's depressing. Wow. Seems Seymour even messed with the Guado entirely with what he did. I mean, look, they've completely given up on living. And that it's actually a plot point inside of Final Fantasy X2 is you can actually save or condemn the Guado.
Come to kill the old man.
What do I mean by that? I'd rather not say, but if you don't do all the things necessary for the good ending, the Guado will get wiped out by the Ronso that survived the massacre that Seymour did to them. So it gets pretty dark in Final Fantasy X2, actually. It's pretty dark right now. But there are 2 more cutscenes for us to show off. And go over here, open this up, and you obtain the Venus Crest for Lulu.
I have prayed and prayed, yet Lord Seymour does not appear. Has he not reached the far plane? Has he become a fiend?
Well, yes.
Oh, my poor Lord Seymour. Tell me, where do you wander?
Well, somewhere. We'll be seeing soon enough.
I'm still not the person I wanted to become. Not yet. I'll come back to let you know how things went.
And there we go. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're doing more side stuff in Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. See you guys next time.